Sorry about that for any of you here, but we're going to run through our agenda real quick early tonight, so hopefully we'll have a quick break in case any of you have individual things you want to approach us about or we can answer. So with that being said, we're going to run down the agenda. So we'll call to order, and it looks like we have everyone here with the exception of Mr. Little. Invocation. Mr. Skelton, did you do it the last meeting?
I think I did. It don't matter. I can do it again if you need to.
I didn't know if
I think I left off last time.
okay. All right, we've been going down the line, so you want to go down there? You want to go back to Mr. Butler? You want me to do it? Well, Jason has offered, so
Just tell me what you want me to do.
we'll let Jason lead an invocation tonight, if he doesn't mind. Like I said, and then we'll roll call. The agenda.
I think we need an executive session to discuss item C.
Okay, Jay, this is the matter, just for the public's knowledge. I mean, that we've requested to be able to go into executive session on the cyber security, and you think that would fit the bill to do that? Okay, well, I mean, I know for the public's, you know, we have to let them know, I guess, the purpose and the length of time. So we're going to add an executive session to that, to request of Councilman Skelton. How long do you think we'll need to be back there? So we'll have that. I'm going to say 25, that way we'll have ample time, but yes, that is something I think we need to do. And I think executive session is the proper place for that also. Okay. Did y'all get your minutes from the January 3rd meeting? Any corrections, additions, deletions that y'all have or recommend? Mr. Skelton will make a motion to approve the minutes. Mr. Butler says he will second. I guess I moved on from the agenda, just assuming if we do that one add-on, you're okay with the agenda?
Yes, I can handle it.
Mr. Butler, you okay with seconding on that also?
Which one?
The agenda for tonight with that one correction.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. We have the key students tonight, so I'm not sure what's up. I've never seen them when they're not already in here at this time, so I'm a bit curious of that. So we do have the forms ready to go, and I guess we can see. So, all right. We have some visitors tonight. The first one is Mr. Daniel Bush to discuss having a youth anglers tournament at Steel Creek Lodge. Mr. Bush, would you like to come forward? Just for the record, Daniel, if you would, just state your name and your address real quick and then tell us what you're here for.
Do I get really close to this, or?
Yeah, I think we're close enough to hear you, but just remember that we do have people watching, and sometimes we get where they say they can't hear. So since you've kind of got your back to it, just if you would, speak clearly so
Okay.
people hear. Okay?
My first name's Daniel, last name's Bush. All it really boils down to is we're gonna reinstate the Young Anglers Bass Tournaments. I don't know if some of y'all are familiar with them from years past. The situation is I'm not wanting to rent out the whole facility as far as the lodge, just wanting the gazebo areas, the pavilion areas, and possibly 150 to 200 vehicles for parking. So pretty much have that whole area for that day, which is May 6th. I know it's going to kind of hinder people that want to just fish that day, you know, having that many boats, and that's why I was just kind of coming in front of y'all to see what would be the best situation for that. You know, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. Plus, we'll see if it's okay with the city to use that facility for the tournament, and if not, we'll find another viable area to fish for that many. I'm not saying 150, 200 boats are gonna be there, but in the bigger years, the biggest year was 177 boats, and that's a lot of traffic. So, just mainly come in front of y'all, get y'all's idea, or what y'all think, or if it's a good idea or a bad idea.
When are you saying you would like to have those tournaments?
It's just gonna be May 6th. So from early daylight, I say 4 o'clock in the morning till about 5 in the afternoon. And then pretty much I think everybody will be cleared out at that point.
Are we gonna be through with the project by May 6th, Mayor?
I was going to discuss that with council tonight. It should be completed by May the 6th. That's what I was actually getting out the calendar and looking for. Yes, that would put
They're
them
closing,
outside
they're
of the-
closing it next week to start that project. You know, wondering how many days it's gonna take them to do
I
it.
got you. What project are they doing?
They redo the ramps, add some docks,
Well, that's
parking lot,
nice. I didn't even know that.
about 1.3 million,
Oh, wow.
yes.
Yes, I think, now I was going to bring that up and discuss it with y'all tonight at that, but I mean, we can go ahead and do it now. The Go Mesa project is scheduled to start next Monday on the 23rd. The lower part of where the boat launches are at and the pier areas will be closed. Wasn't it 90 days they have maximum? That includes weather days, anything they have. They're projecting to be much quicker than that with good weather, providing they don't run into anything. But on the 91st day, they would go into a penalty phase, and it's a significant penalty, so I think they will be very motivated to be early. And so that's, hopefully there will be a little better parking area there, and I think that things will be going a lot better. So how often would you want to hold these, Mr. Bush?
Once a year. Be an annual tournament.
And as you said, for the youth, just,
It's parent guardian with their boy or girl fishing. So, like, if I was going, which I can't take my newborn fishing, but if I was going to take my newborn fishing, it'd be me and my son fishing. And we're going to do them in flights as well, depending on boat motor size and stuff of that sort. So the ones that leave earlier in the morning will come in early in the afternoon. The ones that leave later in the morning will come in later in the afternoon. That way we don't have a bunch of boats flooding the ramps at one time.
It's been held there for several years, and
Right.
it's been 2-3 years since the last
I
one.
think 2018 or
Yeah,
2019
It
was
used to
last
be
year.
every year right there.
Yes, sir. They used to do them when I was a kid out of Live Oak, but that was I think really before Steel Creek was established, if I can remember. I can't remember that far back, but I mean, we could hold it out of Live Oak, but I'd like to hold it in a lower area and support the city as well,
Sure.
if we could.
I don't have any problems with us trying it a year and seeing how it goes. And, I mean, something's for the youth and using the park and all. I mean, it sounds really good, and it'd be a good opportunity for us to show off the work we've been doing down there, and we'll hope
Oh,
to
I'm sure
have done by that
Which one
point.
out there?
The inaugural launch.
We should be through about 2 weeks prior to that.
Sweet.
Sound schedule.
Well, the only other thing do I need to pay any fees for like the pavilion area or anything? To like rent or borrow or, I don't know, I don't know you got a rent agreement for the lodge area, but like I said, we don't need an interior building. It's mainly just gonna be outside.
I guess if you just wanted to get like an insurance policy and get the covered area down that way in case you were to have bad weather.
Okay.
Because if we plan it that day, you're probably going to have to go ahead and do it no matter what the weather is.
Oh, yeah.
And that would leave you a place to set up in there and get out of the sun if it's a really hot sunny day.
Oh, yeah.
And then also if it's rain or something, you can have a chance to get and set up in there. Because
Okay.
I know a couple times we've had to move things that
Oh,
were
yeah.
outside down there in there at the last moment. So
Right.
I don't know, what is the rent on that, I don't know, it's not very, hardly anything,
Okay, I'll just
just very little for that.
come by.
Just call tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll swing by tomorrow and talk to the lady at the front desk and take care of it.
Sounds good, just as it gets closer, if you would, at least,
I'll have flowers and
about
everything.
6 weeks out, come back and let us know. And hopefully, we'll know that the project is finished and we have the parking, and you'll have time to get your plans in order.
Yeah.
And, because we need to, if we're going to have 150 boats down there, we need to make some plans also for the city to
Well,
probably have out some extra garbage cans and other things that day. And
I'm gonna try to take care of all that stuff. I got a handful of volunteers already.
Okay.
But if push comes to shove, we'll come up with another idea to make sure everything's taken care of. Because we are gonna feed all the children and the parent or guardian as well. So we try to consolidate all that trash, and I'll make sure all the trash is gone before we leave
Do
too.
they charge entry fees for the kids?
It will. We have not sat down and tonight was the main thing to make sure we could solidify a place to fish out of and then go from there. We haven't sat down. Normally back years ago, it was like $25. But we're gonna try to stay at a low rate. That way everybody can have a good time and get fed and have a good day. And enjoy their time with their parent or guardian. So,
Good luck.
okay,
thank you.
sounds good. Thanks, Daniel.
Thank y'all.
All right, Mr. Stevens. Okay, Mr. Kyle, I think we have on the agenda tonight. At pre-council, we try to address anything we can so that way we don't get bogged down with the key kids and all here. You'll probably have a few minutes longer to discuss anything, so,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Well, I got on the agenda last week for trying to figure out what was going on with the Satsuma at Wright Park softball with the merging. And I tried to contact the lady from Saraland. She wouldn't answer the phone, wouldn't give me any information. So I had to turn to other people that had done a lot of lead work, and they've called every one of y'all, I believe. And, well, now that's a wash now. They want to go their separate way, leaves us our park again. Well, with that being said, I think I've told someone on the board, I love our park. No one loves it more, and they will find out. But we, as a city, need to show the girls and show the parents and all the other parts that come in play that the city cares for our park with upgrades. And because I'm not gonna lie, it's our park, but it's the most rundown park we play at. And I feel like they're deserving to start seeing some upgrades for the foot traffic that goes through there compared to like the tennis courts, the Bart Park, all these other parks. We have more, not counting the baseball, but from all the other ones, we did a lot of foot traffic, and I think they're deserving to be noticed.
Okay.
I reached out to get some estimates on new fencing. Only one has got back with me. It is pretty high, but it's, I can just keep getting more estimates and see what I can find the best deal and present them to y'all then. I think eye appeal will be better. Start with fencing. I think lights was talked about. I was in talk to T.L. Faulkner with, maybe they'll come over and put a brick border around the backstop, a couple feet high, trying to donate their time and their labor for the school, but we supply the bricks. I was in talk to them about that. Try to work with them for a project for them. So, trying to do it as inexpensive as I can, but we gotta have some support from the city.
Well, can you get something put together and perhaps rather, just kind of come up here and talking broad, I mean, do you have specifics on what you want to do and what type of donations you can get and what the cost would be?
Yeah, like I said, the fence is pretty expensive. I have the estimate on my phone, but, this is per field.
wrong with the fences that are there? They're rusted down?
Well, on the backfields, they are, well, y'all know the city's been up there fixing them, trying
Yeah.
to stand them back up. They're rolling up at the bottom. They're just old. They've been there for a very long time. And we're seeing all these other parks getting upgrades, and it's time to show that the support that we have that has stayed with us through everything that we just went through, it's time that they're noticed. So I would hope that they would get a little bit back. I know we can't do everything at once, but we can show a little bit at a time.
If I could, I guess, back up and give the backstory on this. Last week, I got a phone call that said, hey, look at the Saraland Facebook page. They're advertising a merger of the city of Satsuma and the city of Saraland, playing at parks in both cities. And that was not something I was familiar with. And so I asked Saraland to take the post down until we figure out what's going on, because I think that would be something that the council of both cities would need to talk about and figure out how that's going to work or what that's going to look like. And so I also called the mayor and told him I'd been getting some phone calls and wanted to bring him up to speed. He said he had been getting some phone calls as well. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with, okay, so it wasn't anything that I had approved, and I don't believe that a vote from the girls softball board would be enough to say that we're going to bring the two cities together and play and register under Saraland. And I think there were some steps that were skipped if that was something that wanted to be considered. And it looks like it undid itself, prior to, or maybe today or yesterday, because the post was changed to read that it was to register Saraland, or are they going to keep it North Mobile girls softball? And Chad told me he was going to continue that direction, and that it looks like we'll need a new group of volunteers to step up and vote on new positions for the board.
Yes.
I-
And this man would like to, I think, speak on that, so.
Okay. I did bring the proposal that we had submitted to Ms. Ludgood back in 2019. And in here, there are pictures of the conditions of the fence. And maybe I had talked to you, I'm not sure. I've tried to tell as many people that I could. But when we got the $100,000 for the concession stands for each of the parks, we were supposed to have a second phase. That was just a first phase. We never did have a second phase. We can go into that on another day. But so there's plenty of stuff in this book that never did get attention, the fences being one. And I would like to get together with you guys and submit another proposal to the county and see what kind of funding that they can give, because I know that we just need to ask. We just need to give them hard numbers, who's going to do the work, how much it's going to cost, and then submit it to them and see what they can do. Because, I mean, why shouldn't we get some money? You know what I mean?
Like I said, this
So,
is, I hate to say it, but it's the most rundown park we play at all around the southeast, but it's our park. And this is the reason why we moved up here, which was Wright Park and Miss Daphne's cheer. I got tired of making the drive back and forth 4 times a day. And it's not much, but it's what we have, and I'm proud of it, so.
and I will say that we do have money in the budget for the C&D restroom concession combo. Now that we do have a building inspector, I think our biggest challenge was that we didn't have the people to do the work. So hopefully we'll get some people in place where we can start to move forward on that project. And, we can't do everything at once, but we can get the ball rolling on
Just
some
show
things.
some progress that the city wants us to be here. We have a good amount of girls, actually 4 times what Saraland had this fall. And they was wanting to take what was ours, and I don't agree with it, so. But this man would like to speak on it also. If that's okay.
State your name, please, for the record.
My name's Stephen White. Served on the board at Fred K. Wright Park, 2004, 2014. Got a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in that park. I come before you guys tonight to ask you to abolish the board now. That's all voted to go to Saraland, and let us form a new board and continue on with Satsuma girls softball. And I reached out today to Gulf Coast Sports, which is the affiliate that we play, or my granddaughter plays, and all the people in the back's daughters. They were told by Chad Jernigan, which is the current president, that Satsuma Park is no longer available for the tournament scheduled on the March 16th or whatever day it is. That's not nowhere near true. They're just trying to pull everything from Satsuma. And like Kyle said, it's not the best park in the world, but we love it. So I ask you guys what I ask, and I hope you guys consider it.
At a meeting on Thursday, there's going to be some legal counsel from the League of Municipalities, which is what we're under, and she's going to be in Saraland. I was going to ask her at that opportunity, Mayor, are you going to be there? That Lori Lane will be there, and I thought that would be a great opportunity to ask her, and she can give us some legal advice on paths we can take with boards. And I also brought some information that I can look through to see.
The city of Satsuma, many years ago, and I don't know the exact year, adopted a set of bylaws for each ballpark to be ran by. They're not doing that at Fred K. Wright. I was on that board for 10 years, and I've coached up there since then. It's not. So I don't know if you guys can put your hands on a copy. There's no copy at the ballpark anymore.
We'll see what we can find.
Thank you, guys.
Well, I must admit, most of that caught me by surprise about a week ago when I heard about it. Perhaps we can look into it a little further. I did ask our attorney yesterday in a conversation on some legal matters we have. I'm not sure who the board members currently are, or what. I mean, I've never been involved in really just taking over a board like that, and I don't know any details of what.
Yeah, there's like different kinds of boards, and that's the paperwork that I brought, because you can incorporate a board, and then you can appoint boards, and then you can appoint for somebody else to appoint the board members, and there's different, like you can pay the utilities for them or give them money so they can pay the utilities. You can do it a bunch of different ways, but we just need to figure out what way we need to.
I think we're paying all the utilities for all the parks.
That's right, but
Us.
where we would give, like we give the library an appropriation, it would be like we would give each of the youth associations an appropriation, and they would run the park out of the money that we give, but we don't do it that way.
Jay, you familiar with any of these?
I looked at that years ago when we had some issues with it. I haven't gone back and looked at it today, because I kind of wanted to see what the issues were going to be before I spent time just kind of looking at it.
Sure, yeah, right.
If we wanted to, if we want to change the structure, I'll need to see the documents and stuff that we have. I may have some of them in my file already, but I'm not sure what the issue was.
I didn't have anything, and from what I heard, they didn't have anything at the park either, so, I mean,
Well-
we didn't have any firm.
It's been years ago since we looked at that, and then Allison, when we did some of that stuff a couple of years ago, we might have looked at.
Yeah, so this is my binder for each of the seasons when we were going good with it. And so this one is for softball. And I have one like this for baseball and for football. So,
Got some time to make you go and send that to me.
but,
Look at it.
so I don't know what's on our books as far as what the city. I'm sorry, did somebody ask something? So anyways,
That's the bylaws for the park, don't know what the name is. Park, that's the park.
it says park rules,
Yeah.
so. But I can get you a copy of this.
Yeah, we need something between us now. I mean, a park rule really wouldn't be binding for us. So, you know, Because ain't something that's been approved at this level.
Well, I mean, maybe we find where, because when I started there, wasn't given anything. I made all this myself. So, like the agreement that we, that you looked over, we didn't have anything, but maybe we do have something somewhere from years ago.
It's been years.
I've only been able to find the current agreement.
Can I speak one more time?
Sure. But
So the board at Satsuma, at Fred K. Wright Softball Park is voted on by the parents of registered players. It's one vote per player. That's how it's always been. It's done at the end of the season. And one term covers spring ball and fall ball, and then whoever's, if there's any change, it starts in the spring of the following year. So I guess when I ask you guys, we're running out of time to continue on with softball with the other parks that already started their registration. So if there's some way that we can consider giving us control to start registration now, because the board members, there's two current board members here, Jason and Kyle. That's the only two that'll stay in Satsuma. Everybody else is going to Saraland.
have they resigned their positions?
No, that we don't have any resignation. They still have account, checkbooks.
Who are they?
Chad Jernigan, Aaron Jernigan, Justin Brewer, Emily Brewer.
I will say that Chad did call, and I'm supposed to ask you, he does have money in the accounts that he would like to turn over to the city of Satsuma, and he did contact me about making sure that, so I was gonna just talk with you about.
There
we
was
just
no
need to-
accusations there as far as any wrongdoing. We just need control. So there's two past board members, me and Gary Poole. We're willing to step up and help lead the park in the right direction, because there are some new guys.
Fine. Talking about turning over monies and all, did he resign?
I don't.
No, I don't know, and I think we need some time, and we don't, if, we can't tell you an answer to something we don't know about. So
All right, thank you.
we'll do our best.
Okay, well, we'll, give us a little time, because this is all kind of
Yes, sir, I know.
hit us, and like I said, we didn't know who the players were, and I haven't been able to find out some of the information that we've been hearing. So, I mean, both of us, I'm sure Saraland's mayor, I know him very well, and like speaking for all of us, I mean, I think our parks are pretty nice. I would disagree a little bit there. We have put money in the parks. We would love to put a lot more, and, hopefully we can continue to take projects on. But like I said, I really don't think we have enough information tonight to tell you much more.
But we do need to start sign up soon because tournaments and have to order jerseys and do a draft. So we need to be on the roll with this so we can make this happen in a timely manner before it's too late and we don't have ball.
I think what's important is that we make this seamless for the children. And so whatever you guys need to do to move forward with a successful season, I would say go ahead. I wouldn't hold on to anything, in my opinion.
Right way, go through y'all and
But I would keep everything transparent. Each registration, each whatever you're going to do, keep it so we can get it squared away when we realize what direction we're going to go in. So, I mean, now, does the council, you guys say, I would say go ahead and start your season like normal, right?
I don't have any problem with that. But I am curious of the board there, and do we have any agreement with them? Whatever we're going to do, we want to do what's best for the program. No problem with that. And I think we're all on board there, but I want to make sure that, on how we move forward, if those board members are gone, then we need to get new board members and give you all the authority you need to have your registration, go ahead and set your schedule and your games. I'm all for that, but I think what we're saying is we hadn't officially been notified
how do y'all
tonight.
get notified?
I guess, sounds like you've had some contact with some of them, or do you think their intentions are to hand over everything and resign, the three of them, or?
I think well, I was just,
They came to council and presented everything and handed over keys and checkbooks, et cetera.
Why would they bring that to us? We've never had control over none of that. They need to turn it back over to the league.
well, I think until the board members get reappointed or voted on, that the city can just hold the money until it, because I think they're gonna have accounts closing, then a new account will want to be created, so then we'll deposit back in, so it would just be,
I say, we don't
I
control
don't
none
think
of
we
that.
ever touched the money, they just.
We don't never
handed it
control
over.
any of that. That's all
Just a
within the league.
formality is all
It
it
was
was.
just a formality. They presented everything to us. There wasn't any money exchanged, et cetera.
Yeah. So in the past, the only thing, when I was on the board, we would present the city with a financial statement monthly. But as far as any agreements, the only agreement, and it's not really agreement, it's just what you guys do for the parks, is you've always paid the power bill, water bill, kept the parks up, kept them nice and cut and clean. But other than that, it's parent ran, so. So you guys are saying it's okay to continue with registration?
I would, yes, sir.
Okay, all right, thank you guys.
Just keep us advised of any changes and, hopefully we can learn about some of these things before we read them on Facebook that there's
Yes, sir,
there's an
that was,
issue,
it was a shock to us all, and.
So let's try to work forward. If
Yes,
you
sir.
can, get with the city. City clerk's here, and if the council has no objection, if there's anything that we can do to help you, let me know, and we'll report back at the next council meeting.
Okay. Like I said, as far as resigning, I mean, if Chad's, telling Allison that he's gonna bring the checkbook to the city, that's pretty much a resign in my book, so. But anyway, thank you, guys.
I think
Thank
we've
you.
covered enough. Thank you. Is there anyone else that was planning to come before the board tonight? Mr. Dan Stevens.
It's Dan, my name is Daniel Stevens. I got, a son, our grandson and I own the car wash and also the house across from it, 5358 Old Highway 43. And we get several different, stories about how it falls into, what category, B1, B2, whether they can live in it, have a business, or not live in it and have a business. And we can't sell it unless we get something in writing telling us what it falls under. And that's where I'm at right now. And I appreciate it very much if you guys can help me out on it.
Okay, I'll get with the building inspector. I'm not sure where he wasn't here a moment ago, and I will find out exactly. I know that is a business district there on that side of the road where the house you're talking about, but I'm not sure if it's a B1 or 2 just off of recollection without looking at it.
According to the map, it's B1, I think.
Okay,
And I need some clarification on it. I just, because I think we got it sold, but the guy says I got to live in it. So,
well, at the request of the property owners, they were moved from a residential, from an R to a B classification years ago, and I would have to look and see what's there before I can do it. But I will get with the building inspector tomorrow, and we will get you something in writing.
Thank you.
And I know that it was a residence, that's what it was built for many years prior to being commercial.
I appreciate it very much.
Okay, Mr. Stevens.
Mark and the council. Ma'am,
What address is that?
5351. 5358 is where the house is at.
Yeah. See, I thought it was on the even side, so. Okay, Mr. Stevens, we'll
Thank
get
you.
that for you tomorrow.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Anyone else? Okay,
The close-up people are coming this afternoon, like at the 7 o'clock meeting to say thank you. The close-up people. that
The
you got.
Satsuma High School close-up.
okay, good, okay, I wasn't unaware
Yeah,
of that.
they're coming.
Okay,
Is that
they will
okay?
be. Yeah, that'd be fine. We'll do it after the key kids, if that's okay. Okay, thank you. Anything else? All right, we're going to speed up a little bit here. On the mayor's report, I have a few things, but mainly it's just updates. The only two new things that I was going to mention is a road paving that we added a little bit to, and also the sidewalk project when they dug up some culverts. Y'all should have received a email that they actually couldn't find the culverts, and when they did, it was
Wasn't a culvert.
it was all the way through, and it broke trying to get it out. So we did run into that. I just wanted to make y'all aware that that happened
We're getting the
unexpectedly.
water across the street.
And really, anything else I have is just going to be updating you on the things we've talked about. So for time's sake, we'll move on. Mr. Butler?
Good.
We don't have anything today.
All right. Administration, Mr. Skelton.
I had a resident reach out to me yesterday about cutting a couple of dead trees that are on the city property where we did the garden at on Vaughn Drive West.
Okay.
There was a couple that were butts up to his property, and he asked if he could cut them. He would haul them to the street if the city would pick them up, if anybody had any problem with that.
I don't have a problem with it. Travis is here. We'll make sure he's
He's
aware.
cutting them, he can get
Yeah,
the tree
he's gonna,
service, yeah.
he's gonna drop them and move them.
Safely? Does he need a waiver?
Yeah, we
on
probably need
city
to make sure we go up, just to make sure we don't have nothing. I try to get Travis to make a photograph of anything before, so we have it in case there's any complaints.
Okay.
Because it seems like on that particular park, anything we do, somebody calls and likes it, and somebody's mad about it, so.
Okay,
But I don't have a problem with it.
okay.
At the
That's all I
Anything
have.
else? Thank
That's
you.
all I have.
Here, so much.
Ms. Reese?
I don't have anything right now.
Mr. Phillips, Public
Good.
Works?
I'm good for now, Mayor.
I know it's one people in.
Okay, we got the payment of the bills.
Handle that one.
I'll second it.
Jason and Mr. Phillips. Okay, B, discussion of and consideration of attending NLC conference, March 26th, 28th. Talked about that the last time.
Make the motion.
I'll second him on it.
I thought we had already done that.
We really already agreed on it. I don't
Yeah,
know
we
why
already did that.
Mr. Phillips was, let us know if he could go. He's the only one. Everybody else said no. You gonna be able to go, Mr. Phillips?
I won't know the Friday,
Sir?
till Friday. I'll let you know Friday.
And I hope that it's where y'all can, and also I was going to mention
I think it's good. Somebody needs to go, and,
I think we said.
the Sharpsy meeting next year. I'm going to ask for
mayor to go.
two invites.
yeah, and I'm just saying it'd be nice if council members go. It's really good.
It was really a very, very productive meeting over there that,
I'm gonna try to
Oh,
go.
okay.
I'm gonna try to go if no one else does.
well, it's
That just seems y'all do.
trimmed it down because of COVID and all, and they said they just couldn't bring that many people in. And then last year, they let a couple extra other than mayors, and this year they had a few more. So I hope is next year that we can get at least 2 invitations, so that, you know, I hated Randy had to back out like he did, so, but I understand that things come up. Okay, C is, I guess we're going to put that at the end, move that down and go into executive session regarding the discussion of IT matters.
Is this system working?
And then D is discussion and consideration of accepting the resignation of Alexander Miller as a firefighter to be effective January the 30th. That one kind of come up on us today.
Is that you, Mr. Butler? You gonna make that motion?
I'll make a motion with that.
I'm not sure how we're going to word that. I mean, I would like to get assurances that we're getting our money before I'm going to agree to accept it in good standing.
Are you talking with him?
Have you already spoke with Orange Beach? Are they aware of what the financial?
I just got that today, so no, I haven't.
I won't fight it if y'all agree that Orange Beach agrees to the monetary settlement with us. The monetary agreement from Orange Beach is where he's wanting to go to, that they agree to pay the money that we're going to charge for his salary and his schooling, basically for the last year. So if they're agreeing to do that, we can get it back. If y'all vote to do it pending that, I'm okay.
How about this? If I get that motion,
Why is everybody talking?
if we get all their pays, it's cost,
That's all
training,
everybody's talking.
and
Salary.
including the salary.
Yes, sir.
And then.
We'll do it
get
then.
'em.
I'll agree to
They
that.
hit the
Yes, sir.
gavel.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Put again?
Hey, y'all hold it down just a minute. We're going to go into recess after adjourn just for a minute and reconvene. We'll get the key kids up first tonight, just as soon as we go through a couple of things that we have to do to get the meeting organized and going. So if y'all bear with us just a minute, we'd really appreciate it.
You just want to put, in good standing pending.
Yes, the full reimbursement, agreement for full reimbursement, training and salary.
With Orange Beach.
Yeah, or whatever he's going, that's where I was told he was going to.
I could second that one. That modification.
Okay, the final thing on our agenda tonight is resolution ordinance, orders and other business, resolution 2023-01-02. And that's going to authorize Civil Southeast to make application for the RAA road project again. Y'all know it's a long shot for us to get the Rebuild Alabama Fund 2 years in a row. And, but I'm assured that the engineering, the roads that they've picked will be needed again next year. So if worst-case scenario, we'll have the beginnings for next year anyway. So who knows? We didn't expect to get it last year, and we did, so.
Need a motion on that?
Yeah,
I'll do it.
I can second it.
thank you. I think it's a really good investment, so. Bubba and Allison. Okay, that's all that we have on the agenda tonight, and we got about 12 minutes before we have to come back in. So if that is it, I will,
Mr. Skelton, you gonna make the motion to go into?
Yes.
yeah, okay.
Hey,
Is we all?
when y'all second the motion, executive session?
Yeah. I got it.
Somebody will.
Yep, Allison will. So we got that. Okay, that concludes our pre-council meeting at 7 PM. We will reconvene in our regular meeting, and as soon as we have our pledge and invocation and a roll call, we will probably bring the key kids up soon after that and get y'all out of here pretty quick. So thank y'all, and bear with us just for a minute. Thanks for coming. and then we will reconvene after giving everybody time to leave, because I do know it's a school night, and some of y'all will be ready to get out of here. So we always start our meetings, for those of you who've been here, with our invocation followed by the pledge. So the first thing I would like to do is remind everyone, please turn your phones off or at least silence them so it will not interrupt us. In just a moment when we stand, please remove your hats. We will ask Councilmember Jason Skelton to say our invocation. While standing, we will remain standing and have the pledge. We need to make sure that no one removed the flag, as happened a couple weeks ago. And so it will be followed, the invocation, by the pledge. So with that being said, if you would, please stand. Mr. Skelton.
Let us pray. Dear God, we thank you for today, Lord. We just ask that you watch over us and guide us as we handle business of the city. Lord, we ask that you watch over and guide each and every family member that is here. Lord, just continue to bless their student and help them throughout the school year. Lord, just continue to lead, guide, and direct us and protect our first responders. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Mr. Skelton. We have a roll call, please.
Councilmember Little?
Present.
Councilmember Skelton? Present. Councilmember Butler? Present. Councilmember Skelton?
Present.
Councilmember Reese?
Present.
Councilmember Phillips?
Here.
Mayor Barlow?
Here, please let the record reflect all here, including the city attorney, the city clerk, and the department heads. The next on the agenda was, on our agenda is the approval of tonight's agenda. We had one add-on moving item C to last place, and that will be for us to go into executive session to discuss our cybersecurity. And we will do that under the authority given to us to discuss things in private that are related to security or things that would be vital to running our city like any other thing that we have. So we expect that to be the conclusion of our meeting, and it will be lasting about, we've estimated, 20 to 25 minutes. Is there any other changes we need to make to the agenda? Can I get a motion for approval?
I'll make a motion to approve the revised agenda.
Motion made by Mr. Skelton, seconded by Mr. Butler, to approve the agenda with that one addition or correction. Next is approval of the minutes from our regular meeting of January 3rd, 2023.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Once again, a motion made by Mr. Skelton, seconded by Mr. Butler, to approve the agenda or the minutes as distributed. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
And those opposed. All right. This gets us to what I think most of y'all are here to attend tonight for. And before we start the key kids, we would like to state all of us are very proud of the school system here in Satsuma. I think it's a drawing card for our community. We're really proud of it. Mainly, I guess, like everyone else, I just see the comments that's made on Facebook and seeing the progress that so many of our young people and the graduates have made and where they're at today is really impressive, and I think it speaks volumes of the people involved with our school system over there. So, again, we are really proud of it. We hope to see some of you, the people we've seen before, and we hope to see y'all with these young ones here many more times in the future. But for this, I would like to just want to see if any of the other council members has a word or two they'd like to add to that, and then I will get up and call out the names, and we'll let y'all make the photographs, and we're not in that big a hurry, so we'll do that, and then we'll take a brief recess and let all of y'all get going, and we'll get into the boring part that y'all do not want to stay for. I promise that. Okay? Randy?
I will.
Sure, please.
I just congratulate all the key students, and what a great crowd, and thank y'all for all coming.
Yeah, it's a big crowd today, and we're glad to see y'all tonight. So thank y'all for being here.
Mr. Butler? Allison?
Oh, go Gators.
Mr. Phillips?
That's what y'all want to say, right?
right, we're starting with kindergarten. Drayson Holyfield. Drayson? Hey, Drayson, congratulations, man. Thank you. There you go. You turn around and let your mom get a photograph. Turn it around that way so she can see that. There you go. Got it? Hey, good. I got it. Good, thank you. Go right here. See this over and you walk around. Next, Preston Bryant. Preston. Hey, Preston. Congratulations, buddy. Turn around this way. Listen, turn around, right here.
Watch your step.
There you go. Congratulations, buddy. Come right here. There you go. There you go.
Far to go.
Okay, next, Ava Beard. Ava.
Good job, buddy.
Hey, Ava, congratulations right here. Hold on, let's see if we can get a picture right there.
I'm kicking my foot. My feet that big.
There she is.
No, I got them tucked up.
Okay, here you go, Ava. So right around. Congratulations. Next is Margot Gunter. Margot? Oh, there she comes. Hello. Hey. Would you turn around here? Let's see. Oh, wait. Here you go. Walk up with me. She's got a little pressure point. Gotta go right.
You're little and you're trying to like find like who you belong to.
Next is Colt Blunt. Colt? Next, Elena Manis. Elena?
High five. Good job. Way to go. Good job.
Okay, moving to the first grade, Kendallin Gunter. Kendallin. Okay, Jackson Beasley. Jackson. Hey, buddy. Congratulations, Jackson. Let's turn around so you can hold that to your mom. Just right there. There we go. Now, here, go this way. We got another little thing for you up here. They'll show you how to go around. Crimson Morrow. Okay, is Crimson not with us? That's okay. Okay, Cooper Prince. Cooper? Congratulations, Cooper. Hey, big firm handshake. Over here. Come this way right here. You got another little thing. Thank you. Maverick Mason. Maverick. Hello, Mr. Mason. Congratulations. Let's see you right here, turn around. Let's let your mom and your grandmother hold it up so you can see it. There you go, there you go. Good job. Here you go, come around this way, let you one more thing. Good job. Harper Gray. All righty, come around this way. Jacob Wells. Hey, Jacob. Hey, Dennis, congratulations. Let's turn around this way there we go so they can get the picture. Got it? Come around here. Good, congratulations. Jackson Wells. Hey, you look in the road. There you go. Come on, let's get right here with it. All right, congratulations. Okay, moving on to second grade, Jesse Morgan. Jesse, there he is. Big old fella, Jesse. Turn around and let's let your mom get that picture there. There you go. Good, there you go. Come this way. Get you another fry. Thank you. Malaya Bridges. Malaya? Okay. Congratulations. Good firm handshake. Let's turn around. Thank you. They get you another try. Congratulations.
Good job.
Anna Freeman. Anna? Hey, Anna. Okay, this right here. How's that? We had one coming from this way and one here. Got it? Thank you, Anna. Congratulations. Emily's Johnson. Emily's. Congratulations. Let's turn this around so we can get some photographs. Can you turn around and hold it up there? How about that? Just there you go. Okay? Thank you. Come this way right here, Melissa. They got some extra.
Down 65 when I got here.
Carly Coney. Carly? Hey, Carly. Get this, turn around so Mom can get that. Yeah? Okay, come get square. There you go, Carly. Eliza Jane Hall. Hey, Eliza. You're all pretty girl. Turn right around here, Miss Eliza. You go with your mama, turn around. Congratulations, Eliza.
Every year. Last year made the front page of the Colonic.
Quentin Hollingsworth. Quentin. Hey, Quentin.
Good job, buddy.
Moving to the third grade, Olivia Biggs. There's Olivia. All right. Hey, didn't see you over there, Olivia. Congratulations. Let's turn around here. Let's get over where your mom can get the picture. Either wherever she goes, we'll just have to turn that one. There you go. Good. Congratulations. Peyton Giles. Peyton? Hey, Peyton, right here on the front row. Congratulations. Here, turn around right there. Let's see there, right here. Let's get that. Got it? Thank you, Congratulations.
Good job.
Third grade, Gabe Morris. Gabe? Hey, Gabe. Good to see you coming there, buddy. Congratulations. Let's turn around here so your mom can get that picture there. You'll be proud of you. There you go. Good job, Daddy. Come on in.
Good job, man.
Rain Andrews. Rain? Hey, Rain. Okay, congratulations. I didn't know which way was my turn. Is it that people standing up different ways? Congratulations. Go around this way right here. They got something else. Aiden McInville. Aiden, there you are. Come on, buddy. Congratulations, buddy. Let's turn around here. Let them take that picture right there. Look. Got it. There we go. Let's go around this way right here. One more thing for you. Congratulations. Okay. Jet Adair. Jet. Oh, goodness. Congratulations. You got a fan club here, buddy. That's good. Hold on right here. Let's take the picture. There you go. Okay, they got it. Let's go around this way. Congratulations, buddy. Emma Roberts. Emma, congratulations. Let's turn around there. Let's get you where your mama took the picture.
Go from like this bump to like a high five. They're like bump, and they're like, whoa, what is this?
Camber Clifton. Camber? Hey, come up here. Let's get that. Turn it around so mom can get that picture. Come around. Caroline Miller. Caroline, oh, you roll from the side. Lakin Threadgill. Hello. Congratulations. Turn around right. Right. Got it? Thank you. Congratulations. Penny Alfred. Kenny, hey, right here on the front. Congratulations. Turn around right here. Congratulations. Riley Burgess. Riley, hey. You got you a fan club here tonight too. Thank you. Get that photograph there. Good job, Brad. There we go. Okay, come around this way. I got one more present. Congratulations. Caroline Petrie. Caroline? You got to go both ways. Congratulations.
I too much fan. Caroline.
There you go.
This is the last one. Sydney.
Good job, sweetheart.
Sydney Lynn. That'd be the last one for the fourth grade. Sydney, congratulations, buddy. Let's get this. Turn around right there. Hold that. So you can get that picture. You got it. There you go. Come on, by here. Okay, we're going to the fifth grade. Fifth grade, Zoe Johnson. Zoe, hey, right here at the front. Congratulations, Zoe. Turn around right here. Let's see. Let's go right here. We have to find wherever they're at and look that way.
Well, 7 if you count.
Here's one we should know, Jansen Skelton. Jansen? Hey, where, I didn't see you, where are you at coming? Let me see, I don't know if your dad's gonna take a picture or not.
I don't know.
You
He's
might
right there.
wanna do that, there, so. I knew I'd seen you, but you didn't see you when he called your name. Go around, Jansen, get that, speak to all of them, you know.
Why is he so tall?
Karis Garrett. Hello, kid. Congratulations.
Way to go.
Let's get you right here. Let's turn over. Goodness, we got to do it 2 or 3 different ways here. Okay, we got it. There you go. Just go up here and get you one more. Michaela Fontenot. Michaela? Congratulations, Michaela. There you are. Let's turn around there. Here you go, right there. Okay, Kyle Chappelle.
Is he talking?
Hello, Kyle. Here you go. Here, let's turn around this way right here. Right over here. See, there you go. I was trying to find him. I lost him. There, so you need it.
Was he practicing that at home?
Okay. Right here, Kyle.
That's what came out home.
Okay, that concludes the Key Kids Awards, so we want to thank all of you for coming. If you want to stick around for a few minutes, we're going to take about 5 or 10 minute recess. If it's okay with the council, they don't usually have a problem. If you want to stick around, you're welcome to stay. If you want to leave, I totally understand that, but thank y'all for coming. Congratulations to the winners. Thank you. time to leave and get their pictures made or do the things they had to do, so it was a very nice key kids ceremony tonight. In our pre-council tonight, we had a couple of visitors come forward. The first was Mr. Daniel Bush, and I think we addressed his questions in our pre-council, and it was regarding a youth anglers tournament that he wants to hold on May the 6th. I guess for our minutes, we can say that the council agreed to work with him, and he's going to come back as it gets closer to give us some more firm information on exactly what they're expecting or what they're asking, because he wasn't sure exactly how much area he would need or any of that, and what the rental would be for the, just the covered space down there. So there was no opposition from the council, so hopefully within the next month or so, he can firm up the date for sure and exactly what he needs, and then we can agree. Is that okay with everyone?
One thing I forgot to ask was, is the lodge rented that day? Because I know they do a lot of weddings down by the water.
I don't think he actually wants the building itself,
Right.
he just wants that pavilion.
There'll be a lot of overflow out
I don't think there
in that area there.
We will make sure that it's not, and
They've
confirm
had
that
that
before the
tournament
next
down there for several
is
years,
several.
and it'd be a lot of cars. I don't think it'd be 150 boats, but it's a good tournament. I don't think, Mayor, you realize which one he was talking about.
Yeah, I do. I'm just saying we can work with him and firm it up. Is that okay? And come back to revisit that closer. Okay.
It's a good thing for the kids.
And the second one, Mr. Kyle Rutkowski, where we had some discussion with members of the Satsuma Youth Softball at Wright Park, with some concerns they had. And over the next few days, they're supposed to get back with the council or with me or me and the council so we can see, I guess, exactly what they're looking to do. Ms. Reese, you want to add to that or anything, or is that okay just for us to report back by the next meeting on what transpires?
Yeah, I think we're just going to do some work on our end also to figure out what our position is or what our responsibilities are to the organization. I think Jay is going to look into, I guess, anything that the city has on the books for how the board members are chosen, or, because I have some information, so I'll share that with him. And then also who will hold on to the money in the interim while they change out officers. So.
Okay. Okay, well, that was the only two that we had on the agenda. Is there anyone that has shown up tonight for the council meeting that was not on the agenda that would like to approach? And so, ladies? I said ladies, now we got some gentlemen joining you, but so y'all come forward.
There's a few of us. So we are some Satsuma High School students who went on the close-up trip to Washington DC. And we just wanted to say thank y'all so much for helping us financially and getting there. We really had such a great time and enjoyed being in DC and learned so much and about our government and seeing things and about how important what y'all do is and how important everything is, and really getting to see and understand everything. We got to see the Library of Congress, memorials, all this other stuff. It was so cool and just a lifetime experience we'll always remember. And we have a little picture that we have of all of us that went. So we just want to say thank y'all so much for giving us that opportunity, and we really appreciate it.
Did you get an opportunity to meet any of your congressmen or senators while you were there?
We did not, but we got to meet
Tommy Tuberville's right-hand man.
Who?
Mr.
Tuberville's right
Mr. Tuberville, sorry. And so he got to kind of enlighten us on a little bit of what Mr. Tuberville does. Of course, with Mr. Shelby in and out and the runoff for Katie Britt, it was a little bit in between with him.
Okay.
But it was really awesome to get to learn a little bit about what he does, so.
Well, I think, could one of y'all make sure that you leave a cell phone number with the clerk tonight so she could reach y'all tomorrow? Because there's something we'd like to talk to y'all maybe about later tomorrow afternoon, if y'all would be available for just about 5 or 10 minutes that we can. But we're really glad, we were able to this year. I don't know that we'll be able to do that every year. We were fortunate financially to be where we were this last year and help several different teams, organizations to do that, but I do think it's worthwhile, and hopefully y'all can take that experience back and report to the others. So, Heather, make sure you can contact them at all, if you can tomorrow, so we could maybe get them to run by. Maybe get a picture or something tomorrow to go along with this. But it is kind of important that at least a few of y'all be available tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Well, thank y'all for the kind words.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Council? All right.
Good job.
It is ironic, we didn't know y'all were coming tonight, so we were trying to arrange a couple things, and we'll fill you in on it later, but, so thank you, and it was good timing on y'all's part. Anyone else that did not come before the council and our pre-council or get on the agenda for tonight, have any business they'd like to come forward with? Okay, we're fixing to be last call, and okay, well, thank y'all. If y'all stay tonight, that's real good. If y'all have other things, I understand. But if not, we're fixing to go into our regular order and start with reports, announcements from the mayor and council, and that generally starts with me. Would like to report to the council the last few weeks have been extremely busy. We have multiple projects going on in the city and around the city, as some of you have seen. Things we've been talking about for months, they are now working on, and you can start at the far end of our city where they have been sandblasting and painting the overpass of I-65 over 43 and having that down to one lane each direction. A few days has backed traffic up, but it's something that had to be done. Moving just south of that, you see where AlDOT, along with Middleton Construction, has started the project in front of the pilot. I think that's been quite confusing to some people. They tried to make it with news releases where the TV stations and the newspapers and all have covered it, but I guess there are still people, I guess, that don't get the communications. So to the public, please bear with us. I think that we will benefit from that once that is finished and we get the concrete down, so we will have to stop I don't know what Public Works are going to be doing, because of about once every week, 10 days, we've been filling in potholes there since the truck stop was built. So I'm hoping that this will make real improvements to the intersection, along with some other things that we have planned in the not-too-distant future. I think we're all surprised at the number of vehicles that go through that intersection every day, and it crossed the railroad tracks there. It really shocked me. It was far more than I anticipated it being. So to the public, please bear with the contractor and AlDOT. I think they're doing the best they can, and I promise you they want to get out of there as soon as possible also. Have seen the Crissa paving. They started over on Harrison between Powers to just past Norton, where the area that had not been paved in several years. So hopefully that will help in that area. And y'all may see they're currently working on Old 43 from Juniper to right here at Maple. So I expect if the weather's good, they'll be out of here in the next couple, 2 or 3 days. I do really appreciate the work from, it was a Hosey Weaver Paving that's done that part of the paving. That was with help of South Alabama Regional Planning. So they have been instrumental in helping us with that. Y'all may have noticed the sidewalks that have been started there at Baker and 43, and also the sidewalks where they started trying to work on the culverts under Thomas Road at Old 43. That may not be such good news, as I had Heather send y'all an email that we ran into some things they uncovered yesterday morning on some of the culverts that I don't think the grade on the culverts were right. The engineers said that they probably wasn't engineered and put in at the time they were put in years ago, or if not, they've settled way out of how they would flow. So we are probably going to have to close Thomas for a couple of days. That's going to be a traffic nightmare. I apologize in advance. We're going to try to publish it on the city website and Facebook page, also with the media before we do it, but we'll probably have to cut the pipe that's in there out, the culverts, and replace that running along Old 43. I do think it will really help the drainage problem, because after we got in there, we realized those pipes hadn't drained anything in years. So all of you got the email on that. Estimated cost, I think y'all seen it. It runs anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 to do that, plus a couple of days of road closure. I'm sure that we will get complaints on that, because it is a very hectic intersection in the mornings and the evenings of high traffic. So the intersection's working. We got that paving going, the sidewalks. Also, you may have noticed over there some culverts were replaced along Baker or on Hartley that we think will help the flow there. So glad to see that going. There was a Go Mesa meeting held at GMC office where the contractor came in. We had George Tom from Building Inspections and to come in, and also Travis and James attended for the city. And we went over the project again and what their intentions are, what was in the contract, and the meeting was held, the pre-construction meeting, on the 11th at 1 p.m. in the RSA Tower, GMAC. The people I told you attended, along with Robbie from Goodwin Mills and Kaywood. We set out the times, and they really were ready to start the project much sooner than we had anticipated. Going into this, we felt like once it was awarded, it'd be 30 to 90 days for starting time. But the contractor said they could start as early as next Monday. So I thought that was good. So with that being said, we have ordered a sign from, I think you got it from Explosives, didn't you? So we got the sign. It's going to be put up when they get it to us this week, telling people that the ramp area and the piers will be closed starting next Monday. We're going to put up some type of a temporary fence to keep people out of the work area. Some of it they feel like they got to get into and look at the piling and see the condition of it. We're hoping not to have to replace as many as they had originally thought we were going to have to. That may be able to save us a little money when we start the west side, adding the west side piers to this project. Obviously, they did not want to, without knowing exactly what they would find, they did not want to give us an exact date or how many days with that, along with the weather that this time of the year, you don't ever know what they're going to run into. But after 90 days, there is a penalty phase where they would be penalized, so I think they're really motivated to get the project started, underway, and finished in a very timely manner. So hopefully, if the weather's good, by middle part of next week, you should be able to go down there and start seeing the equipment they're bringing in for the project, and kind of have an idea once they start tearing into it on what we're looking at as far as the repair. Of course, I've got my hopes up that a lot of that stuff will be good, and we can reuse some of the piling and other things and use that to offset the adding of any additional pier space. The signs that we have ordered months ago that some of you had really expressed interest in seeing us have added at different locations, showing the parks, the sanitation area, things in our city, making something unified that really looks professional and also uniform throughout the city. I got a report today that the signs are almost complete. They're putting the finishing touches, and if the weather's good, that they will start by the end of the week installing the signs. So hopefully that will be, hopefully that will be a nice addition to the city and something that looks nice. And we have a couple things I believe we just need to put on the agenda. I do want to start interviews for the police chief's position soon. If y'all would like to look at your calendars, I would like to do it. But I'm ready. I think we need to give timely manner to everyone who's on there to see if they're going to come and are still interested. Do y'all have any problems with us setting that? Or do y'all think we need to give the applicants a time to have, how long? 10 days, 2 weeks notice?
14 days? What do you think?
Okay. Can you notify them, and we'll set, me and you will get a list together, and we'll try to do it over a 2 or 3 night period, where we'll do, I would say 3, but absolutely no more than 4 in a night.
Yeah.
So we'll do that, and we'll let the council know what we can work between the meetings. I know people think that we're such a small city and there's not a lot going on, but when you figure in council meetings, planning board, board of adjustments, water board, court, municipal dinners, and everything else that we have, you'll see that it seems like there's something on our calendar every day. Ms. Reese, we did receive the award on the grant for the dog park, but since the price of the project is over $50,000, I understand that we've got to set that up one night where we set that out for bids, competitive bids, before it can be awarded. We can't just, it would have to be something we set out, specify, so we can maybe get George to work with Kara to make sure that we word everything proper and try to get 2 to 3 estimates.
They already did that, and that was why the grant was awarded to this particular company. And we're not paying anything.
But we have to award the grant, the money's coming to us. And that's what Kara said to me today, that we have to award it. It has to be bid at this time. They gave us an estimate. They didn't make a bid, is what she said. So I asked her to come tonight so that she could explain it instead of I be having to, but she wasn't available. But she said she would be able to be at the next meeting if we put it on the agenda.
Okay.
So she did call you? I asked her to call you to set that up. Well, I'm trying to make sure we comply with the law and the requirements of the grant, so that's what she said do.
Thank you.
All right, and I think one of these deaths was before the last council meeting, but I would like to express sympathy again to a longtime barber here in Satsuma, Mr. James Dismuke's passed away since our last meeting, so if you see any of his family, also Mr. Pike, I know his son-in-law Corey is on the school board, and he was well known in our area for many years. Also a friend of mine, but also Judge Patterson, y'all may have seen, passed away. They had his service Saturday, so certainly have those families and the others that's suffering sickness or illness in our thoughts. So I'm sure I've left something out because there hadn't been a day that we haven't had a meeting or something, but I think those are the significant things that we have going in the city that I want to make sure y'all were all aware of. And that is all I have. Moving on to public services with Mr. Little.
Mayor, I don't have anything tonight.
Okay. We'll move on to public safety, Mr. Butler.
I didn't have anything.
Mr. Skelton.
The only thing I had, we touched on in pre-council regarding the dead trees next to the resident over on the,
Up at the park.
by Vine Drive Park.
Could you just get him to get with Travis so we can go look at it, Travis, and let's photograph the tree, make sure it's ours, and I think the gentleman said he'd take it down and just get it out to the road if we'd do away with it.
It's on the north side of the garden park area. It abuts a new fence. Guy's got a new fence on the swimming pool, and he's been cleaning leaves out for a while. And he said the 2 trees are dead. And he's willing to take them down and pile them up. The city will pick them up.
Okay. Yeah, just look into that. Thanks, Travis.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Jason. Ms. Reese?
Well, just to follow up with what we were talking about earlier, I will be, I guess, investigating and researching about sports boards and municipal's role. And I'll hopefully have some information Thursday from our legal counsel, Ms. Line, at the Saraland meeting, so. Hopefully I'll have something for you guys on next Tuesday, or not next Tuesday, but the following meeting. That's all.
Thank you. All right, moving on to Public Works. Mr.
Mayor,
Phillips.
Public Works been busy as usual. I'm just going to touch on some of the high points that they've accomplished in the last 2 weeks. We've been running the leaf vacuum throughout the city daily. Travis and James, you already hit on it, attended the pre-construction meeting at Steel Creek Lodge for the improvements. We cut back tree limbs at the shooting range, and that looks real good too, Travis. And they removed the Christmas decorations, took down the Christmas tree at the police department, repaired the cover and sidewalk at East Vaughn's, hauled off all the limbs and trash that was at the shooting range. There was a lot of stuff piled up down there. All that's gone now. Worked on the city fountain, and I assume that's at Baldwin Square. One in front of City Hall, okay. Road grader came in and graded this past week. We also hauled 6 loads of slag to Knight's Drive. We took 1 load, Woodard Drive 1 load, to CC Trail 2 loads, and the Service Road at the CC Trail 2 loads. So I rode on them roads Saturday, and they do look good. And I'm sure the gentleman at Knight's Drive's happy too now, because I checked it and it looked good. That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. They did do a good job. Once again, I thank the county for their assistance in letting us rent that equipment from them. So thanks to them. Thanks, Travis, for doing that. I'm glad you mentioned that at the end. Knight's Drive, y'all know a gentleman came in and said we couldn't get through there. I guess there's some gray area in there. Some of that's city property, some of that's been Knight Drive that they've used for years. And anyway, most of it is very close or right beside the Public Works, or Public Safety Building, I mean. And I think they got it where the residents are happy and that we can safely, get the mail can be delivered down through there, and the emergency vehicles can get in there in the garbage truck. So
I was also noticing, Mayor, that we might want to look at trimming a few limbs for the fire truck. Chief, you might want to just take a ride through there and look at that. Some of them looked a little low, and I was thinking about your truck coming through there.
anything else, Mr. Phillips?
That's all, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, that's everything that I had, and also the everything that the council has brought forth tonight. So we will move forward with the items for discussion and/or consideration. Number 1 is payment of the bills.
I make a motion to pay the bills in the amount of $115,939.49.
I'll second that.
That's a lot. Motion made to pay the
There
bills
was
in the amount of
a lot of engineering
$115,000.
costs and stuff in
Yeah.
there, Mayor.
Yes, sir. $115,939.49. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
B, discussion and consideration of attending the NL conference on from March 26th through the 28th of 2023.
I make a motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Butler, seconded by Mr. Skelton to approve that conference. And like I said, if it's where anybody else can go, if not, we'll try to make the arrangements tomorrow. Okay, Heather, on that? Okay, motion been made and seconded. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
We're going to move item C, as we discussed earlier, which is listed on our agenda, to the final thing on our agenda tonight, to request of Mr. Skelton, which I think all of us agree with, we're going to address that in discussion and consideration of proposal for threat assessment or cybersecurity and IT coverage. We're going to move that to the final thing tonight. We're going to go into executive session, and we'll come back and adjourn when that's over. So we're going to move past C and go to D, discussion and consideration of accepting the resignation of Alexander Miller as a firefighter to be effective January the 30th, 2023.
Okay, I want to make a motion, but before we do this, everybody has to know, we had a firefighter, he paid like within 6 months, and now he's going to another city. So there, by the law says this, within every 24 months after completing training requirements, any money for total expense for training, including salary paid during training, will be reimbursed to the city of Satsuma from the city of Orange Beach. So, at least a couple of months ago, we had to pay for all that training. So within 24 months, then we get the money back to that. So I want to make sure that we're clear with this. So, with that being said, I make a motion, we go ahead.
I'll second it.
Yeah, you've got how we're going to word the motion? Okay. We discussed it in pre-council. I don't think there's any reason to go any further. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
And those opposed. Okay, our last thing tonight we have is a resolution 2023-01-02. This is authorizing Civil Southeast LLC to make application for the RAA roadway project. That's Rebuild Alabama Fund. We got it last year. We think the chances of getting it 2 years in a row are remote, but we do think we want to apply. We didn't know we'd get it last year, so we're going to try to get it. We are going to get it this year. We will have to spend a little money on engineering, but the streets that have been selected for these projects, we've got Travis here, but have been made by Travis, James, Tom, and I think George as of the last week or two looking into it. So they can fill you in on what we're looking at and what we're trying to estimate, because we know that what the top of the grant would be and what we have to put into it. So we're trying to find something that would fit, like we did the last time here. So that's what our goal is.
I'll put that in the motion, Mayor.
Okay, I was going to say, Mr. Phillips in pre-council agreed to make it the motion. Ms. Reese, you're still going to second? Motion made by Mr. Phillips, seconded by Ms. Reese to put resolution 2023-01-02 up for immediate adoption tonight. I think we have it in our agenda at the very back. It's a very short one. Since it is so short and all, I don't mind reading it. A resolution authorizing Civil Southeast LLC to make application to ALDOT for roadway improvements, whereas the City of Satsuma, Alabama, is interested in applying under Alabama Department of Transportation's Rebuild Alabama Act, RAA, annual grant program for roadway improvements, and whereas Civil Southeast has the staff and experience to prepare the city's application. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council as follows: the application to be submitted to ALDOT and to the city, and that the City Council commits to the engineering costs and authorizes the mayor to execute all documents required by the application. And it'll be signed this date by the city clerk and by Mark Barlow as the mayor. So, we got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
We have covered all items that's on the agenda. Is there anybody else that has anything that we need to discuss, look at, address prior to going into executive session for the matters to be discussed that we've already covered in pre-council and here tonight? All right, then I will, let's take a roll call vote, I think, for us to go into executive session.
I'll make the motion.
Motion made by Mr. Skelton, seconded by Mr. Phillips. We'll go into executive session for a time period of approximately 20 minutes, discuss the matter of IT security and things that we feel will be private, that pertaining to the effective operation and business of our city. Any further discussion? Okay, go ahead and roll call.
Councilmember Little?
Yes.
Councilmember Butler? Yes. Councilmember Skelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Reese?
Yes.
Councilmember Phillips?
Yes.
Mayor Barlow?
Yes. Okay, the time is 7:59, so we're going to call it 8 o'clock. So if y'all want to stay, you're welcome to. If not, thank y'all for coming, and we will reconvene hopefully within 25 minutes, and that's going to be the end of our meeting tonight. Thank you for coming. Good night. So we need to put something as far as a monetary cost on that to go in our motion to.
The monthly fee, based on my calculations, will be $4,605.70.
And I think you said there's like an origination or startup fee.
An onboarding fee of $9,150.
Okay, I think over the last couple of meetings, this has been discussed, and everybody's gotten information on that. We just heard the information report from the city clerk and from Mr. Skelton in the back. Is there anything that we need to bring forward tonight? If not, Mr. Skelton made a motion to move forward with that company. It was seconded by Mr. Phillips. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Thank you. We have a
4605.70.
Okay, this council has addressed everything that was listed on their agenda tonight. I don't know of anything else or anyone else that wanted to come before the council. So with that being said, if there's nothing further, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and second, we adjourn. Thank you all for coming, and it was a good, productive meeting. Thanks.